So there was a gentleman that basically became a new fan of the Rippaverse, right? It's the same old accounts, right? It's no different. It's the same accounts. You know, people are weaponizing their audiences to send people after people for liking something. I think you're a piece of shit if you do that. That's not just with me, okay? As far as like my company. One of the hilarious things that you hear people say, okay, is, well, this is what you was doing with Marvel and DC. When the fuck have you ever seen me hover over people for liking like a book that I didn't like? You've never seen me do that. You may see me say that I have my opinions, but you have never ever seen me go after someone and like hover over them, obsessing over it every day over someone liking a Marvel comic or a DC comic that I didn't like. You never see me do that shit. Going after folks, after fans of stuff is fucking corny, bro. And the one thing that people fail to mention for some reason, which is like, well, we're doing you what you did to Marvel and DC. I have done on an upward, literally, of 100+ positive reviews on Marvel and DC content. So you can't talk about equivalencies. We're doing what you're doing unless you out there giving as many positive reviews as I did. And I did that up until the day I stopped having a pull list. You can't just sit there and revise history, homie. So no, that's never happened. So if you're going after people's fans, like, look, you doing a video talking about the Rippaverse, saying that you think it sucks, said it's the worst thing in the world, you think Eric's face is fucked up, his nose is big, you don't like him, he's ugly. Do those all day long. But going after someone simply because that they have something positive to say about the Rippaverse, right? Or they're enthusiastic about the Rippaverse, and they're just a fan, you're a fucking cornball doing that. And no, I've never done that. That's not anything that I've encouraged my audience to even do. Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel, and I spoke about how in the first book she's going on about fighting a 6-foot misogynist or something, which literally happened in that was it 6 reboot or whatever. I had my opinions to say, and if someone's like, well, this is okay or whatever, I might be like, yeah, I think that's a silly opinion to have. What I don't do is say, you are the enemy now simply because you like something that I dislike. That's just for fucking losers. That's a unique thing that you're doing to fans of the Rippaverse, and you're trying to justify it by revising history. I never did that. Going after someone or liking something that I dislike, going after people's fans for that shit, no. And again, this is not revised history, because when you say that, that gets debunked. What they're gonna come around and turn around and say, well, Rippaverse, you guys as fans are going after. No, because they go to bat for the company or they defend the company. No, those are two different things. Like sending your audience after someone for being a fan of something, that's one thing. Even the people that go after me that create comics, you don't hear me going after their work. There's no shortage of people that dislike us. There's no shortage of people that masquerade as creators that dislike us. You do not see me going after their shit. You don't see me doing that. This creator doesn't like Rippaverse. You don't see me saying go after their audience. I don't do that dumb shit. That's just for losers. This is fandom, right? Someone says something fucked up about a character that they like. They're gonna go to the bat for it. Yes, they're gonna do that. That's not an attack. That's miles different. When you say, hey, this book sucked, and they're like, no, I like the book, I think that's fucking stupid. That's not attacking you. That's been a part of nerd culture forever. We're not discussing that. But as a creator or as a fan of something else, sitting there hovering around people that like something and then attacking them for it is fucking corny, bro. How many fucking Tuesday nights main events, Friday night tights, all the various big shows that are in our space where we're sit up there yelling at each other over disagreements over a property that we actually both enjoy. We're not even talking about you as an individual going and saying that you think the Rippaverse sucks. That's not what we're discussing. That's miles different from going after people's fans or going after a fan of something because they enjoyed something. That's a fucking unique, corny ass thing that some people do. I don't do that shit. So the last video, you have a comment like this. Poor little baby Eric can make an entire career off of hating Marvel, DC, and Disney, but can't handle any of the same he throw his way. Can someone right now, we're live, okay? Do me a favor. Can someone, for the love of God, please show me where I have either advocated or done myself showing up at anybody's house, doxing anybody's house, showing up at Marvel Studios, showing up at DC Studios, showing up at their headquarters. Can someone find a video where I advocated that? Or that I did it myself? It doesn't exist. Because I never do nothing that fucking retarded. In fact, I would advise against it. Doxing is one of the most fucked up things that you could do, because when you do shit like that, it involves people oftentimes that have absolutely nothing to do with what with who you're targeting. That person can have a family, that person can have a wife, that person can have children, that person can have someone, a family member staying with them, stuff like that. So when you do stuff like that, you're putting other folk in jeopardy. So this is why, even against people that dislike me, I will never advocate for some stupid shit like that. I've never done that, and I've explicitly advised against it. Yet you'll have someone that's like, well, so they justify. Motherfucker can dox you. Motherfucker can go to your places of business, even though you've never done that. Eric July has never done that. It's over comic books. It's not that fucking serious, man. But when you need to throw a Hail Mary, you need to keep up the charade. You've convinced a bunch of people that all the made up shit you said was true. So you'll just say, well, weren't you criticizing Marvel? Dickhead, all I've ever done was just videos talking about Marvel. And not only that, with DC and Marvel, all you've seen is 100+ positive reviews. And at no point when I didn't like something, because Captain Marvel showed up, nowhere did I say, go after someone for liking Kelly Sue DeConnick, or go after Kelly Sue DeConnick's family, or go to a house, or go to Marvel Studios. And bitch, I've never done that. Never would I say some stupid shit like that. That's the dumbest shit ever. I've been in the public sphere longer than a lot of these cats. 2006. There is no shortage of people that have said things about me negatively. And there's for sure no shortage of me dishing the shit back. But where you don't see me go is doxing folks. And it's not that serious. Because I dislike someone's comic book, it's not that serious.